If you're dealing with heartbreak, sadness, hurt, or grief, I'm going to share something that I've just experienced for myself that I wish my younger self knew, because it would have handled heartbreak a little bit differently. It would have even approached trust and heartbreak differently. So I've recently had a breakup in my relationship. It was unexpected to me. It was literally, I got a text message and they were just like, yeah, I don't think we're going in the right direction. Because I got some big goals and I totally get that. And I get that I'm living and playing a different game in life. Totally get that. Still respect the person. Still grateful for the person. But it kind of crushed me. Because I had to deal with this heartbreak. And I used a lot of the oils. The first time I was able to use the oils in a whole new way to help deal with grief and express that in a whole new way. And then I was talking to a few other people and they're like, well, Ben, you actually sound quite at ease, quite at peace with this. And it's been less than a week. And they're like, well, we thought you'd be devastated and like heartbroken and you guys were really happy. And like, they tell me all the good stuff, right? I'm like, yeah, but doesn't mean I've got to melt into a ball, which I know I've done in the past, or I've isolated myself and I've cut myself off from the world, which kind of aggravates the hurt, is what I've learned. So here's the lesson of what I wish I knew. I wish I knew to sit there, and what I did is I made a list. I made a list of all the things I was grateful for in this person. All the things I was grateful for are the things that I experienced, grateful for in this person, grateful for the lessons I learned. What did I learn from this person or these experiences for the last year and a half? What did I learn about myself? What did I learn about them? What did I learn about people? What did I learn about my beliefs? Physically, mentally, spiritually, sexually, you name it, right? And in all areas of my life. What did I learn? What could I be grateful for? And at the end of this, I had like 2 pages of just notes of things to be grateful for and things to be lessons I learned on how I've become better, or how I've defined what I wanted, or how I've defined what I didn't want. And I found that really helped me release the grief. And then I had to allow myself, I literally had to give myself permission to let the emotion come up. Because some of the worst thing you can do is bottle that emotion in, and then it'll fester in other ways. I gave myself permission for 24 hours. Just let the grief wash through you. Let the grief wash over you. I'd be walking through the grocery aisle and I'd just be breaking down because I'd see something, or I'd feel something, or I'd have a memory and I'd just break down in tears. And I just let that wash over me. I just let that know. I gave myself permission to go, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It is okay to let this emotion out. What's not okay is to have a response to this. And I just let it pass. And I was using some of the Serenity oils. I was using the Courage oil that we have. And I was using that in the Demister. Oh, sorry. Not Demister. The scent thing for the oils. I've lost the name for right now. And then I was just rubbing it on my pressure points and just breathing it in even. And I found it really just helped me. And it also helped me identify other relationship hurts or traumas or pains that I wanted to deal with, that I wanted to acknowledge, that I wanted to release. And it really helped me refocus myself, because I didn't need to focus on the why. I didn't need to focus on but poor me. But I didn't need to focus on that. And focusing on that like literally puts my eyes in that direction. And I can't look forward to what I'm grateful for, to what I've learnt, grateful for the experiences they had, grateful for the confidence in knowing that I'm okay to be loved and I am worth loving, and the confidence in knowing that I'm okay. And it allowed me to throw myself into my bigger visions, because one of the things I realized is that to live the life I wanted with this person, I was holding back on some of my goals and compromising on some of my beliefs and compromising on some of the missions I had to help them feel okay with that. And it's just something I was going through. You may do this in other areas of your life, but I realized that whenever you're compromising, you got to be really aware of it, the cost and the toll that takes. Because if you compromise, other people will also know you compromise. But when you're dealing with this grief, just try making a list. Try being clear on what you're grateful for. Being clear on the lessons you've learned. You've learned lessons, good and bad. Like, there's no good or bad lessons. There's just a lesson you've learned, and you're going to evolve it. You determine if it's good or bad. You can have great things come from terrible experiences. And yeah, Matthew McConaughey just put out a thing on his Friday newsletter about trust. And it kind of really resonated, because life is richer when you trust others. Life is richer when you trust others for joy and happiness. Living a life where you trust nobody, it's isolating. It's disappointing. It's sad, because you have a rage against this isolation, where if you are willing to trust, knowing that you will get hurt, knowing that you have to be vulnerable, it's a happier life. It really, really is. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your questions are. I also was doing a lot of the release technique that I talk about in previous videos. With the emotions that come up. Why do I feel frustrated? Why do I feel angry? Could I let it go? Would I? When? That type of stuff. And I also made sure not to apply meaning at the points of my grief. Because if you apply meaning to it, you shape the direction you're going to be going with that, and the story I'm going to be telling about myself, or telling to myself. And when you start owning these stories that have this belief framed into them, you're not open to new opportunities and new challenges and new experiences. And you just get this tint over your perspective. And I didn't want that. I want to actually open my eyes to new opportunities, open my eyes to new experiences. So, yeah, love, trust, and be vulnerable. Because when you do that, you'll really experience a rich life. And you'll experience the full range of emotions. Just know that that's okay. And give yourself permission to work through it.